Hello everyone, this is Rabiya Tahseen from second year BTech from branch Computer Science and Engineering. Today we are going to discuss about the topics in the JavaScript. Let us see the agendas of today's class. Now we are going to discuss about variables, arrays, functions, objects and loops in JavaScript. First, let us see about variables. What is a variable? These variables are used to store data in the JavaScript and also used to store reusable values. We know that variable are allocated or assigned using assignment operator, which is equal to. Now we can see that JavaScript variables can be declared in four different ways. Like we can declare it automatically by giving x is equal to 5, or by using variable var x is equal to 5, or using let x is equal to 5, or using constant x is equal to 5. Now the points to discuss here is JavaScript variables must be identified with unique names like x and y. All these variables should be identified with unique names, and these unique names are called identifiers. We call them identifiers. Identifiers are case sensitive. We already know that. JavaScript variables can hold numbers like 100 and text values like names called strings. Let us see an example. Constant pi. We know that pi value is constant 3.14. Here we are declaring a let variable of person. For a person we declare names like Rabiya. My name is Rabiya. And for car name, for objects, we declared let car name Hyundai. In the same way, you can do arithmetic with JavaScript variables by using plus and minus and equal to assignment operators. Here we have given one example. Let x is equal to 5 plus 2 plus 3. By using these arithmetic operators, we know that output is 10. Using these in JavaScript, these variables produces output as 10. We also know that it is a good programming practice to declare variables at the beginning of the script. We know that variables are declared in the beginning of the script. It is a good programming habit basically. Coming to next, functions. What is a function? Function is a block of code designed to perform a particular task. We know that function is executed when something is invoked or calls. In JavaScript, when we call something, the function will be executed. Like we have given the syntax. What is the syntax of function? Function name, parameters. You can include as many as parameters you want. Parameter 1, parameter 2 and so on. And in the body we will execute the code we want to write. And next, function. There are two types of function: function function return. In function invocation, the code inside the function will be executed when something invokes or calls. In the same way, function return, when JavaScript returns a return statement, the function will stop executing. We all know that at the end of the program we always write a return statement, return function. When we reach the return statement, then the function will stop executing. Let us see function to compute the product of a and b. Function my function a comma b return a into b. Here the product of a into b is given as output in the function. Next, why should we use functions? With functions you can reuse code. You can write that the code you had written can be used in many times. You can use the same code with different arguments, produce different different results. If you use the same code using different arguments, then we can produce different kinds of results. Note, accessing functions without returning the functions and not the function results. Functions can also be used as variable values. We are saying that functions can also be used in variable values. When we declare a function in JavaScript, it becomes local. Local variables can be accessed only from within the function. Here are the reasons why we should use a function and the points to be noted in functions. And while coming to arrays, what are arrays? Array is a special variable which can hold more than one value. Let us see an example. If we take example of constant cars, it can hold values of Saab, Volvo and BMW. We can include as many as types we want in one single array. Syntax: constant array name, item 1 and item 2. You can also create an array that provides the elements. Here we took a set of cars, constant cars, by creating them with indexes. While in you can see the right side, for car 0, cars of index 0 we have initialized SAP. For cars of index 1 we have initialized Volvo. For cars of index 2 we have initialized BMW. In the same way we can initialize many cars by using the indexes. While coming to important points on arrays, in arrays we can use new keyword within the JavaScript. We can access the array element by referring to the index number. You can also change an array element, converting an array to a string. We can access the full array. Arrays are special types of objects. We know that. Array elements can also be objects. Array has specific several properties and methods like length property, accessing the first array element, last array element, length property, and loop array elements. Next, while coming to the objects, in real life objects are things like houses, cars, people, animals or any other subjects. They have properties and methods. In JavaScript, what does objects mean? Objects are variables too, but objects can contain many values. Like I said, constant car. It has many types including within one object, like type of the car, model of the car, color of the car. Type flat, model 500, color white. Like how to define a JavaScript object. We define a JavaScript object in three types: using an object literal, using the new keyword, object constructor. JavaScript object literal. An object literal is a list of name value pairs inside the curly braces. Let us see an example. We have given an example of first name, last name and eye color. First name we have given my name as Rabiya, last name as Tahseen and age as 19, eye color as brown. We can also define a JavaScript object using a literal. In another way, using a new keyword. We have created an object constant called constant person is equal to new object. We have created a new keyword and added properties like person dot first name, person dot last name, person dot age and person dot eye color. In this way we can initialize the new keyword and use it to add properties. And next method is using an object constructor. We have created a constant person name, first name, last name, age and eye color. We can also create the JavaScript object using literal, keyword and constructor in several methods as given below. Now if you understand objects, you understand JavaScript. Objects are containers of properties and methods. Properties are named values. Methods are functions stored as properties. Let us see. Properties can be primitive values, functions or even other objects. In JavaScript, almost everything is an object. Objects are objects, max are objects, functions are objects, states are objects, arrays are objects, maps are objects and sets are objects. What are the JavaScript primitives? JavaScript primitives define 7 types of primitive data types: string, number, boolean, null, undefined symbol and digit. Primitive values are immutable. Immutable means they are hard code and cannot be changed. Let us see. Value, we have given a value called hello. It is a string. It should definitely indicate within the brackets. And next, while coming to 3.14, it is a number, and true and false are under Boolean expressions. Null is an object. Undefined is a value which is not defined, and it is also an object. While coming to the next and last topic, JavaScript loops. What are JavaScript loops and how they are useful to us? They are essential for efficiently handling repetitive tasks. If we are performing a repetitive task in JavaScript, then we use loops. They execute a block of code repeatedly as long as specified condition remains true. Until the condition remains true, the block of code is executed repeatedly. When it comes to false, the code stops executing. Let us see the condition. Condition for loop. For condition, console.log statement which prints the output. Types of loops. For loop, while loop, do while loop, for in loop, for off loop, break statement and continue statement. Let us see them in detail. Loops. JavaScript for loops. Syntax. For initializing, testing condition, increment or decrement statements. Statements in the body. JavaScript while loop. Syntax. While Boolean condition, loop statements. In the body of the while loop, we write the statements, and while has Boolean condition. And while coming to JavaScript do while loop, syntax do statements while condition. While coming to the JavaScript for in loop has syntax, let variables, name in object, and body of the loop has statements. JavaScript for off loop, syntax, let variable name of the object name and body has statements. In the same way, break and continue statements are also has break and continue as their syntax. By using these loops, we can perform a task repeatedly until the conditions prove false. Thank you everyone.